Oh, hey guys. Today's date is July 1st of 2022. Um, it's been a while since I've done an actual video um, and uploaded a video on YouTube, with my face. And, well, not just with my face. Well, just with my face, not my face with gameplay or whatnot. But what I'm doing right now is just doing a little update per se. A lot of things have changed. For 20 plus years, I had lived in this one house, and then about 2 years or so ago, I got first 2 years ago or so, roughly, my brother's wife and his kids, they moved out of the other property down below and whatnot, and they moved about an hour away. And then about uh, a year later or so, mom and dad then proceeded to move down closer to them. Okay, no problem. So I was in the house, the other house or whatnot, by myself for 2 months, 3 months, and then I got severely sick. This was just before COVID. This was literally just before COVID really started to hit or whatnot. And I got severely sick. And then so I got sent to, from there, um, I was told to go to the doctor. And after the doctors, that's when my sister-in-law was like, "No, you're moving to us. Today I want you over here." And so the very next day, I didn't listen to her, but the very next day I then packed up my most important stuff with me, which was at the time my computer, stuff, blankets in my bed, but and just a few other things. But and then from there, during the next 6 months or so, we were moving stuff from the old house to this new house and whatnot. Um, and then during the year when mom and dad or when I was moving over or whatnot, I moved over, mom ended up almost dying. Her one of her heart valves burst or whatnot, and she was told that she only had at that time only really less than a 10% chance of living, and they couldn't transfer because of all the fires that were going on at the time in where we lived, plus on how bad the marine layer is, plus at the same time how bad the storm is. You couldn't see, legit, you couldn't see 5 feet in front of you and whatnot. But what ended up happening is they transported her from ambulance to the local hospital. The hospital ran several tests. They couldn't figure out what really was going on, and to 2 degree they did. And because of how bad the smoke, the marine layer, the storm, and all the fires and whatnot, they could not evac her through ambulance to a heart specialist, heart place, without first signing some type of a legal document. The legal document was a DNR. So they had to sign a DNR in order for her to be able to get, for them to, not, I wouldn't say legally, but for them to drive her from where we live to the place where they needed to do the heart specialist and whatnot. From here to there already without any smoke and obeying the laws and curvy roads and everything, it takes about 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get there. Plus, with how bad the smoke and everything was, it would take, yeah. From there, it was 1 o'clock at night when the ambulance and dad and mom went to the next city over, not next city, but the next city that had a heart specialist. And then my brother and his wife took their kids to the friend of the families and whatnot. They watched over them, and they proceeded to leave about 20 minutes before me and headed out there. And there were several of the roads that I was taking that were closed, but I was able to get around it and whatnot, and was able to make it to where mom was being worked on, helped and whatnot. A good half hour, 45 minutes before my brother and his wife were able to get there. And then 12 hours later, we found out that she survived. And it would literally be 2 months, 3 months before she would be able to come home. Fast forward from 2020 to 2021, October 8th, 2021. A week before October 8th, 2021, Dad had gotten severely sick. At the time, he was 84, 85 years old. Plus with dementia and whatnot, everything got very, very bad. And on 8/8/2021, my dad passed. I miss my dad very, very much. It's just mom and I, and brother and his wife, and their kids and whatnot, but dad is no longer with us. From there, like I said, today is July 1st, and there has been a few times where it was like I was drowning. I just couldn't breathe. It was like my legs were jelly. My arm, my whole body was just gone. And then fast forward to around February. I've only been out of the house maybe a little bit over 15 times. Barely getting out a lot, and I had started to lose a lot of weight. I was 158, 160 pounds, and as of now, I'm 143. Now, that for me is actually significant. For 6 years or so, my body weight has been staying in 150. Actually, for the past 15 years or so, my weight has been in the 150s. And then several months of not eating, not drinking. My refrigerator gave up. My stove, electric cooking stove gave up. Stopped working. So going with canned food and noodles and stuff like that. I've almost given up a few times, and just living in general. But I'm hoping that things will be changing. I'm going to be cleaning up my YouTube page, my page in general. and I'm gonna but it'd be uploading. One of the main reasons why I don't upload, one of the main reasons why I had stopped uploading uh, pre-recorded videos or edited versions of my videos and whatnot is because during the amount of time that I have to be able to play games and to upload videos and edit videos and upload those videos would take a long time. Even with 35 up, 40 up, that's 5 megabytes of actual data transfer roughly per second. And when you're uploading video files that are close to anywhere from average of 7 gigs to 25 to 35 gigs, it would take a long time. If I go to this website right here and I go a gigabyte, and let's say I want to upload a 7 gigabyte video file that hasn't been edited, no sound, no nothing, it's just that. And I go with my upload rate, which at the time was, even with the 5 extra, was 40. It would take roughly 25 minutes or so to upload that. You would say no problem. But now let's say I want to edit a video, add text, other videos, audio, voiceover, delete audio, cuts, all that, do normal stuff. But with, let's say, a 25 gig file. A 25 gig file would take an hour and a half. And the biggest file I've uploaded was a 50 gigabyte file. 3 hours to upload. But that was with Charter. I was paying $125 for 940 down, 35 up. What I had been getting on average was 750 down, 40 up. But as of about 3 weeks ago, while we were in the process of when we were, all the information was saying that we were gonna be moving by the end of this month, 29th, the 30th of not July but June, we were supposed to have moved. But things had changed. Things had changed about 3 days ago, saying that we're not going to move. So basically about 3 weeks ago, Ziply, our internet company, came over and was like, we have fiber in your area. Would you like blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I set everything all up. Turns out they didn't even have the lines. The junction box or so was down at the road. They didn't even have lines up yet. So the guy came over and was like, we don't have lines. We're going to have to send a different crew out that would be able to do survey and then see where everything is and then get you connected. A week late, 4 days later, 5 days later, they contacted me and I said, no, they didn't even have the lines in. They were surveying it, blah, 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 blah. And then a day later, they came over, surveyed, did their thing. And then a week later, or a week yesterday, the 30th of June, they called me around 8:25 saying that even though I didn't know I had an appointment today because they didn't call me or set anything up, they said that they were supposed to be coming out here between 3 and 5 o'clock p.m. and would like to know if they could come out earlier and set me up. And I was like, sure. An hour and a half later, he shows up to the house and then says, oh, well, it's not, we don't even have the lines in. They're going to have to be here. They're going to be here in an hour or so to be able to do it. 3.5 hours later, they showed up and started to run the lines. They buried a quarter of the line and the rest of the line is above ground. And then that's when I get a call from a different Ziply technician saying that he's going to be coming out and hooking up the internet. I was like, okay. Half hour later, 45 minutes later, he arrives and he starts setting everything up. Then the other technician runs the line, sets all up, has an extra like 50 foot extra fiber, hooks everything up. Next thing you know, I have my internet, and on average I was receiving 957 down, 957 up. That's roughly a little bit over 100 megs upload. 100 megabyte upload. So if I were to upload a 50 gig file to YouTube with my current speeds of 900, let's say 950, that's 7 minutes 32 seconds. Oh, let's say I want to upload this a regular 25 gig file. Oh, 3 minutes 46 seconds. An unedited version of just some multiplayer gameplay, 7 gigs, minute 3 seconds. No longer a half, 20 minutes, 15, 25 minutes, half hour, 3 hours upload. Boom, done. And the reason why I'm saying this and the reason why I bring this up is because I'm going to be, hopefully with this, I'll be uploading more videos. Videos of Call of Duty, mainly FPS games. And I may or may not set up a new YouTube account. Ow, blisters. Or and whatnot. And give myself a new name or something that's whatnot. But I'm hoping to provide better quality videos. If you go through my YouTube page now and you view my videos, you can see that a lot of it is just one of them is on my fish, yes, but a lot of them are actually a lot of them are live streamed and then sent over from Twitch to YouTube, or live streamed through YouTube. So yeah, I mean a lot of videos with the upload and whatnot. A lot of my videos, I should be basically creating a lot of videos. I don't want to say necessarily doing a lot of videos, but there's going to be a lot of videos coming up being uploaded. So wow. Wow, live stream. Wow. 2016, 2017. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. How about I just delete you? Yeah, I'm hoping, what I'm expecting, I'm not expecting much out of YouTube. It's just upload videos that I like, or that I like, of Call of Duty and whatnot. Call of Duty, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed games, Splinter Cell games, some racing games, some Battle Royale games. But I'm going to be organizing my YouTube page through type and whatnot, and hopefully I can start on a regular basis uploading videos. And yeah, I truthfully, that'd be really nice. And since I don't have to move, hopefully this month, or the 3rd, 4th of this month, when my check money gets in and whatnot, I'm gonna be 2-degree. Oh fuck! I gotta be upgrading my CPU. My current specs are a Leon Leo 11 Dynamic RGB Black with an Asus TUF X570 Pro Wi-Fi 6 plus Wi-Fi 6 or whatnot with 32 gigs. It was 32 gigs, 4 sticks of dual channel RAM, Corsair RGB Pro, 3000 megahertz RAM. But then and with the 2080 Super, with with 2 M.2 drives, basically quite a few storage drives, and Corsair AX 1500i with a 360 mil AIO from Corsair or whatnot. It's H150i Elite Complex or whatnot. EVGA GeForce 2080 Super, XC Ultra Gaming Black or whatnot. But I'm gonna be what ended up happening is I kept crashing. It got to the point where I couldn't even play Idle Champions, Realm of Forgotten Champions, or basically it's an idler clicker game. It got so bad that I couldn't even play that game. I'd open it, next crash. I tried driver updates, GPU, chipset, CPU, every single type of thing. I unplugged and reseated everything, and at one point I thought I had reseated the RAM because it slid in correctly, but turns out that's where I broke. That's where I fucked up. I actually broke a RAM stick in the slot 2-degree. After breaking the RAM 2-degree, that's when I started having more problems. And then after 3 days with broken RAM and still having worse problems, I proceeded to take apart. I took off the front panel, put it on its front panel down, took off the other side panel, so I then can put it back and have access to both sides. And there was a white M.2. There was a M.2 screw loose. But anyways, what I ended up doing is, because it kept acting like it was a driver, all the errors and everything was saying it was a driver. Well, I proceeded to completely take apart that GPU, completely take it apart. Added new thermal pads. I added new thermal paste. Redid everything. It was really greasy and oily from, I forgot what it's caused by. And I put it back together, and this time, instead of saying the RAM was busted, the QR light or whatnot on the motherboards, instead of saying DRAM was busted, it was now not going past the GPU. So I was like, okay, I turned the computer off, and I took the GPU completely apart again, and this time cleaned it even better using, I think it was called, I used Deox at D5. Sprayed it on there, scrubbed it with the plastic brush, air compressed dried it and whatnot. And then I put the GPU completely back together, put it in waited a half hour, so if there's any type of evaporation, turn it on, and to this day, it's actually been running with no crashes. There's just been crashes, but not caused by anything else. My temperatures have been staying the same, especially when gaming and everything. So I'm pretty sure it was just a screw that was somehow fucking everything up. But now that my computer's been working correctly, the plan, hopefully, if everything works out, is to be getting the Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 9 because I do plan. Most likely I'm probably going to go with the Ryzen 7 5800X. Because, and then I'm going to put that into my system right here. What I ended up doing is, after destroying the RAM and before cleaning the GPU, I had ended up ordering new RAM sticks from Best Buy, because I figured that around that time, or from one of the testing I had done, I had figured that RAM slot was busted. So instead of getting four, I didn't want to risk getting 4 sticks and just end up with only being able to use 3 sticks. It just, no. But so what I ended up doing is getting 2 sticks of Corsair LT XRAM, low LPX, low profile, non-RGB. I don't care about RGB. I don't care about it anymore. If I want RGB, I can put my Corsair Commander Pro in there with its 4 light LED strips, the GPU, motherboard, and the AIO all have Corsair IQ, and I can change all that. So if I want RGB, I can boom. But I am getting 32 gigs of RAM at 3600 megahertz of Corsair RAM, 2 sticks, so I can still have 32 gigs of RAM. And come to find out that it's not that slot, so if I need to, I can run up to 64 gigs of RAM, which would be more than enough. So that's what so the plan as of right now is, because I have an extra DDR4 motherboard, I have extra hard drive, extra RAM, GPU. I have a Vega 64 and 2 Sapphire R9 290X Tri-X OCs. The Vega 64 is, I had water cooled it, and because I had gotten sick and a few other things and COVID hit, I had switched over to the EVGA 2080 Super and left that, and I ain't losing all the water cooling pieces to it. So, whatever. Eventually it'll get water cooled or get put back together. But as of right now, the only parts that I don't have is a case, CPU. Well, technically I don't have RAM. I do, but I don't have the RAM. So the idea is to get a 5800X, get my 3 RAM sticks back from the friend, and get a relative cheap case, take a hard drive out of this computer, put Windows on it, and what's going to be happening is most of my hard drives are going to be coming out of this computer, going into the other computer. This computer is going to be getting another network card, and that's going to be going from there to the other PC, and that PC is where all the stuff is going to get transferred from one PC to the other PC through Ethernet, I believe, hopefully. And the other PC is going to be used for streaming. I'll be having 2 streams going on, hopefully, because now that I can do 2 streams per se, because I have 957 megabit upload. I'm going to be hopefully live streaming my fish tank, and whenever possible, whenever I am gaming, at the same time live streaming gaming, Call of Duty, Battlefield, or any other game. That's the plan and hope. So as of right now, hopefully here in a few days, I'm going to be ordering a new CPU, getting my RAM back, and getting a case. From there, I have all the other parts. I just put them all together, place them in there, get a new Windows 10 key or whatnot, and then proceed to set up all the necessary streaming files or what I would need for streaming on that computer, and try to sync to both computers together, and start even uploading even better quality, more videos. So hopefully I'll be, even before that, hopefully I'll be uploading more videos. Thank you for taking, it's currently 3:27 a.m. I'm actually quite kind of tired. I'm going to be, hopefully starting tomorrow, we'll be starting to upload more files. And with that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and just end this video and say thank you guys for taking your time to watch this whole video, because I'm not going to take the time to edit it. I don't have video editing software anymore. I got rid of it because of everything else. So with no further ado, thank you guys and have a great night.